My name is Ryoki, and then I'm going to talk about Python basic data structures. Nah. Oh, just a reminder that this workshop will be recorded, so yeah. Just my info. I'm a applied math major, and I'm a third year, I think. And yeah, I'm one of the officers, and yeah, that's basically it. So today I'm going to talk about Python basic data structures. I'm going to talk about those 6 data structures: list, tuple, set, dictionary, DQ, and heap queue. Yeah. And then later on, I'm gonna have a Q&A session, and after that, oh yeah, so when I'm talking about data structures, there's going to be 5 questions to clarify and test your knowledge. Of those, I'm going to demonstrate 2 of them. The other 3, if you want to try it, at the last part of workshop, if you want to work on those other 3 questions, I'm willing to help you. So yes, yeah. Just a reminder, I'm going to use Python 3.8, and the IDE I'm going to use is, PyCharm. So yeah. So the way I'm going to talk is, for each data structures, I wrote properties of the data structures, how to implement it in Python, and further research. Just any topic in Python that I know of that might be relative to the topic I'm talking. So you can go search about it later on if you have, or if you want. Yeah. So the list in Python is pretty basic. It is called array in other language, or vectors in most. So it has fast appending at the last, or insertion at the last, but inserting anywhere other than the last part, it's gonna take a while. So just remember that it is fast at appending. It also has a index, so you can just go take like 11 by using index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll get the 11. It is dynamic size, which means you can just append anything at the end, and the size of the list will just increase automatically. But in other words, it is unhashable, just meaning because the list is mutable, so it's changing a lot. So the Python will not allow you to hash it and then put it inside like set or something. And also it is iterable, meaning you can go through the list, get every single element out of it. So how to create a list? It's just square brackets in Python. Then you just do list equals square brackets. It's going to create a list. How to add number, like this 13. You just do list append 7. Or you can do list plus equals square bracket 7. This just means that square bracket of 7 is you creating a new list with element 7 inside it, and then you're going to extend those 2. Then you have sort. You can just do sort, and then it will help you sort it in ascending order. Or if you use key, and then using lambda functions in Python, you can do like sorting reverse order, or like I don't know, sort in any way you want. Finding element is index, and then removing is pop. If you specify the index, it's going to pop at index 1, which is 3 in this case. So, question, just to test your knowledge about list. If you're given n integers from n1 to nn, output the index of kth smallest integer in the list. So input will be in this format, constraints. So the sample inputs, you have 5 integers, and then you want to find k is here, so you want to find the second smallest integer in the list. So I'm going to demonstrate it. So first I need to get the input with an integer. Map function will help you convert this string into integer, and and comma k will destructure this into 2 parts, so it's gonna help you. You don't have to do list of index 0 equals n and so on. Getting input for n is so input will give you a single line. And then split, it's going to help you. Oh, if you won't put anything inside it, it's going to help you split with spaces. So in this case, it's going to make it into a list for you. Yeah. So then now you need to find the kth smallest integers. So the way I thought of immediately is to use the sort functions. This will help you sort it in ascending order. Oh yeah, and by the way, this n might not be in order, so you want to sort it to find the case smallest integer. Some other way of finding, well, never mind. So yeah, after I sort, I just need to print out the kth element, but kth smallest integer, but usually kth means like the smallest integer is 1, second smallest means 2. But in reality, in the list, it's going to start from 0 index, so subtract 1 to get the case smallest integer. And the answer is 2, so it's fine. Just to test if I'm right, I'm just gonna run the nice code against the input and output. So yeah, it passed. So this is a way to do it. So next time, I'm going to talk about tuple. Tuple has a property of immutable also. So not like list, you cannot append to the rest of the tuple. You can only concatenate two tuples together. So immutable means it is hashable. And also you can access element like a normal list. Like you can just index 0 and then you'll get 2 from this tuple and so on. So creating tuple, you just need to put the numbers or anything inside curly brackets, or what's this called? Brackets. If you're going to make a tuple with a single element, you need to have a comma after the element. If you want to convert from other data structures into tuple, you just need to put it inside a tuple. And yeah, accessing element, it's just same as normal list, and then it's going to give you the element. Next on set. Set in other language, it's called hash set, or I think it's called hash set. It has all 1 to check if element is present inside it. So like, and then it removes any repeating element. So like in this GIF, I already added 2 first, so the second 2 won't be added. And yeah. So creating set in Python, its names equals set if it's empty set. Otherwise, you need to put it in this curly brackets. Just reminder that don't get confused with dictionary. Python uses the same curly brackets to make dictionary as well. Yeah, so every element is separated by a comma. And if you want to add another element in it, you can just do dot add. If you want to check if element is inside the set or not, you do if it's element in the set name, and it will give you true or false. So you can use it as an if statement as well. Unions. Unions are just concatenating two sets together. So then in Python, you just do this vertical line. I don't know the word. If you want to find the intersection, you do and. Find the difference between two sets, you do subtract. Then this one will make sure it's names too. So this set, subtract the second names set, or I added Elsa. So then this new difference will give you this John and Anton as a set. Symmetric difference is the one which finds the element that is only in one set and not in the other. So if you do those two, it's going to give you John and Anton again. So now questions to test your knowledge. I'm not going to go over this right now, but okay. So I sent it the link in the workshops. Yeah, it's in the. I think it's in this link at workshops. Let me just paste the link again. Yeah, no problem. So then, question 2 to test your knowledge of tuples and set. Given a sequence of n integers, find the tth smallest one of all the possible k. Okay, I think I worded it weird. Tth smallest sum of all possible k consecutive integers on the list. So what I mean is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're given k equals 2, find the sum of those two integers, those two, those two, those two, and then find the tth smallest of all those sum. In this case, it's 1 plus 2 equals 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5, 3, 4 equals 7, 4, 5 is 9. And then I'm trying to find the second smallest, which is 2 plus 3, which is 5. So yeah, I'm gonna skip demonstrating this, but later on, if you need help with this, just let me know later. So dictionary. Dictionary in other language is called hash table or hash map, I think. It has O1 to access value of the key. And each keys are unique. So if you try to add a key with a new value, the key with a new value like this, I added a key called 2 with a value called high at first, but then later on I added a value hello inside. So then the value will get replaced by the newer value you set. So the key is also similar to set. So then like there's no duplicate in there. Um, so Python implementation. If you want to create a dictionary, it's a curly brackets. It's similar to set. Like if it's not an empty set, you need to use curly brackets, but you only need to add element, then comma, and then element, comma, element. On the other hand, if it's a dictionary, you need to have key, semicolon, or a colon, key, colon, element. And then, yeah, that's the way how Python works. A bit confusing, but just remember dictionary has key and value pair, and sets are only for element. So if you want to add value to the dictionary, for example, if I want to add dictionary called the key, and then value called a value, then I just do dictionary of square brackets of the key equals a value. Then this will be added to dictionary, and then if you want to check if a key is in the dictionary, same as in the set, you can just do if element or if key in dictionary. And then if Python will give you true or false. If you want to get all the key and value pairs of dictionary, you can do pairs. Dictionary name dot items, and it will give you it. It will give you the dictionary object, no items object, something like that, which is not list. So usually I just convert it into a list, and then it will give you the key and then value pair. So the key will be the first and the value will be the second. And those are all tuples. So then if you want to get the values, only the values, then you can do dictionary.values. Same as before, I will usually convert it to list. It will give you the values. If you remove the key, then you just do dot pop the key, and it will remove this key. Also, it will return the popped value to you. So then if you run this code, it's gonna popped value will have value a value. I guess I made it too confusing. Or otherwise, you can do like delete dictionary of the key, and Python will also help you delete it. Yeah. So then some further research about this. Collections.counter. Counter is something that I use it a lot. It's pretty helpful. Let me just here. If you want to use that, you need to connections import counter. So this counter will help you count how many how many times each element appeared inside the dictionary. So then if you have list equals list rand and onto range. So I created a list with random number from 1 to 10. 10 of them. Out list equals count. If you use counter to create this dictionary object, then it's gonna help you count the items. Yeah. So then the first random list will have like those numbers in it. Then counter object or counter class will help you count how many times each element appears. So element 6 appears 3 times. Element 3 appears twice. Element 7 appears also twice. Element 1 appears once. 10 appears once. And 8 appears once. So if you want to count something, you can use counter, or you can just implement it yourself using dictionary. Yeah, name tuple and default dict are also useful. You can go search it if you want. And then question 3. So this question is going to test about dictionary, and given a list of n numbers, find the absolute difference between the sum of integers, which appears odd number of times, and sum of integers, which appears even number of times in the list. So now the counter gets useful. So then you can either just throw in this n numbers into the counter and let them help you count. And then later on, like add them up using those numbers. I mean, yeah, how many times it appears. Or you can use dictionary. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I'm going to demonstrate question 1 and 4. But then 2, 3, 5, I'm going to let you guys try it out yourself. And then after Q&A session, if you need help, I can help you out. So DQ. So now it's getting harder, or you don't usually see DQ inside Python. Like those list tuple set dictionary are the ones where people usually use, and it is pretty easy and useful. DQ is specific, pretty specific. It is, it's not first in, first out. So DQ is a double Q, I think, which it has fast insertion to the both end. So like I said, for list, it only has fast insertion at last. But if you use DQ, then it's fast insertion in the both end, and it is also fast to do deletion from both end. So then if you want to add to the both end, then DQ is one of the stuff to use. So like in data structures or algorithms, there is a thing called, there's a thing called stack, which is first in, last out. Usually you can just use this list to use it as a stack because it has fast appending at the last. Also, popping from the last is fast. So then usually I use it as a stack. On the other hand, if you want to use a queue, normal queue, I will use DQ as a queue because queue is first in, first out. So you have to append at the last, then take it out from the beginning, which DQ is fast in both cases. List is only fast from at insertion, so yeah. Oh, by the way, just another info. DQ in Python apparently uses doubly linked list. So then it's fast in insertion, but if you want to delete from the middle, it's going to be quite slow. So implementation. For the last four data structures, you can just use it without importing anything. But from DQ, for DQ and heap Q, you need to import it from library. So DQ is inside collections. So then you can just do from collections import DQ or just import collections.dq. So creating a DQ, you can just create with normal class way, or if you want to make a DQ from a list, you can just throw in the list and then it will help you convert it to DQ. Adding element to the right, which is to the end, you can just do the normal append like list, and it will help you append. If you want to add element to the left, then you just do append left. And then as you can see, it's gonna help you append to the left of the EQ. Removing from the right side, you just do the pop, like the usual list. From the left side, it's pop left. It's simple to remember. And yeah. So pop and pop left will also give you the element that it popped from or popped. And then this will give you 2. This will give you 4. Because from the right is 2, from the left is 4. So question 4, DQ. Given a graph, I'm going to demonstrate this. And given a graph with n vertex, so as I said, DQ can be used as a queue. So then if you want to do like breadth first search, then I will use DQ as a queue and it's going to be fast. So given a graph with n vertex and m edges, from the minimum step a person needs to get from point A to point B. So this is, you can just do it by, you can do it with, what I will do is breadth first search, which is, I forgot to draw a graph, but it's going to help you find the minimum step between two places, usually. Unless there's a cycle in it, then graph will never end. So, the breadth first search doesn't work. So, actually, even if with a cycle, it's gonna work because breadth first search will search from the nearest edge going outwards. So, okay, either way, and then M vertex, and then going from point A to point B, you can input. So then there's 2 ways to input. 2 basic ways to input. One is using map and then converting it to int, or just using list and also converting it to the integer. Yeah. Usually graph can be, if you want, so like for this question, there's edges. So one way to do it is using the, what's it called? I forgot the name, but then like you can have few ways to store edges of the graph. So my way of doing it is using dictionary in Python because I feel it's easier, I guess. Mhm. So then, so I need to get the, oh, yeah. So I need to get all the edges, this F and T, because F and T is, there's edge between those two vertex. So then, for in range, there's going to be M edges. F and T. Well, actually, A and B and F and T is always one index, but then usually in coding you want to use zero index. So I'm gonna change this so it's zero index. So I get the F and T, which is edges. So then graph of yeah, graph of F dot add T, graph of T dot add F. So then this way there's an edge going from F to T, and then also T to F. Yeah. And then I got all the inputs. Now I need to do the breadth first search. So then, as I said, I usually use QS, EQSQ, and corrections, Q equals EQ. Oh yeah, so for breadth first search, I also need to check if I've already visited that element or that vertex. So I'm gonna create a set called scene. And I also need to find the minimum step. So then I will have a minimum step. YOQ, YOQ. So then when Q is empty, this will turn into false. If it's not empty, it's true. So it's one way to write, like if Q is empty or not. Yeah. Equals Q dot top left. I'm going to do breadth first search, so I'm gonna use a Q, which is first in, first out. So then I'm gonna append to the left, oh, append to the right, but then I'm gonna pop from the left. Or, or, left, moves, if and not. So if you've already visited N, then you just do nothing with it. If you haven't visited the vertex N, then I will need to do the BFS. BFS stands for breadth first search. I need to do BFS from that point onwards. So then I'm gonna add it to the queue to check the N, vertex N. N is not in scene, meaning that I have not visited. So then I need to set the minimum step. Also, I forgot to set minimum step of A, which is the starting point, equals to 0 because you're at point A, so that's starting point. Then minimum step of N equals You can get from node, vertex node to n in one step because there's an edge between node and n. Then I can just do +1 to set the minimum step of it. Now, node equals q dot top left. I've already added, so now I need to add n q. Yeah. So then this is going to show you use the -1. I'm doing something wrong. Oh, I forgot to add the starting point into a queue. So it's going to start at A, which means I've already visited A. And yeah, so at first A is 1 and B is 4, which meaning I need to go from 1 to 4. So 1 is 0 because I'm at the 1, in the vertex 1. There's an edge between 1 and 2, meaning I can go to 1 to 2 in one step. So then it's going to be the minimum step would be 1. I can go to 1 to 3 in one step as well. So it's also going to be 1. Then there's a edge going from 2 to 3, but then I already know the minimum is 1. So actually, I should do minimum step equals minimum step or node. And then meaning I need to choose node. Yeah. So then the minimum step would be 1 and 1 because it has edge from 1 to 2 and 1 to 3. Then I have edge from 2 to 3, but then 2 to 3, I can already go to 3 steps. So then 1 plus 1 is 2, which is one more step than the previous one. So yeah. So this is how you can use Q or DQ. And well, also says output -1 is not possible to reach. So then I need to say if step of the load if print if else. Just to make sure, yep. So next on, it's heap queue, which is priority queue in other language. This will have, heap queue is a binary tree where parent's element is always smaller or equal to its children. In other language, it's the larger or equal to, so this is something that you need to be careful. It has log O of insertions, O of log n insertion speed, also removing and getting the smallest element. So if you need to always get the smallest of the list, then heap queue is the way. And how to use it? You import heap queue. Heap, you need to use list to make it. And if you already have a list and want to make it sorted, then you can do heapify. Will help you sort it and heap order. Heap push will push the elements the heap as seen right here. And it will always make the smallest element at the front. Heap push pop is it will push the element first, then pop one element in the heap. And the reverse of that. Well, question 5, let's skip that for now. Any questions? I wasn't doing the time right, so I went quite fast. But any questions? You can shout it out or write it in the workshops chat. And if not, then if you need any help with those questions, then I can help you out. And there's a bunch of websites online like LeetCode, Caddis, AppCoder, TopCoder, CodeForces, which you can test your algorithm and data structure knowledge. So this is something you can do if you want or in late future on. So if there's no questions, then this is the end of the workshop. If you need my help, then you can chat me later or stay in the workshop and then I can help you out. Yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ryoki.
Thank you. I mean, I should have practiced a bit more because, yeah.